Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Uncharted 4 Nathan Drake Ultimate Edition action figure from NECA, and they are not lying. This is the Ultimate Nathan Drake action figure. Now, I know we don't have much to compare it to, but it is a very well done figure. There's lots of stuff to be happy about, only a few things to not be happy about, and we're going to talk about all of it right here. So let's get it off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands just about 7 inches tall, which makes it just shy of 18 centimeters. Standard scale for NECA. It's going to fit in just fine with all of your other NECA figures, which I have to say would be a pretty impressive set of figures between Kratos and Nathan Drake and all of the Heroes of the Storm guys, and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun to collect these gaming figures. I wish more companies would do it, but we are getting some really solid figures. So, first things first, how's this guy look? First impressions, paint job, pretty good. That does lead me to one of my things that's slightly gripey. The wear marks. You can see we have tons of shading throughout all of the pants. There are spots that look kind of just missed. So we have that spot right there. Now, you could make the argument it's supposed to look like that. That he didn't get dirty there, which is fine, except it's so universally everywhere except for those spots. It does look a little bit unintentional, but again, it's not a big deal. It's just something to note. All of the dry brushing and wear on the shirt, little bits of blood, it all looks really good. Everything's textured on this guy, so well, all of the cloth is textured, so all of the dry brushing, the dirtiness, looks really, really nice. And I love the sculpt work on the shirt. It's very natural looking, so that's good. We have all kinds of detail sculpted in for the seams and buttons and buckles and just everything. And it's all painted. You can see we have the silver belt buckle in there. We have silver up here. Everything just looks really, really nice. So I'm very happy about that. The anatomy parts, the arms, the neck, the head, all that looks really good. I'm very pleased with the sculpt work. The only other gripe I have, paint-wise, is that he's a little pink. Just a little bit. You can see a little bit, probably too much pink in some of the shading, but it's not bad. I mean, it's not like it's going to stand out and say, oh, that looks really bad. No, it's just something you'll notice probably, and then kind of your eyes will adjust and it'll be no big deal. So that's it. I did remember one other thing. His ring is not painted on this fist hand or on his alternate hand, which is, I'm assuming, supposed to be painted like a ring. I'm told he has a ring. I saw something in one of my loot crates or something like that. So it's not painted. So it's not a huge deal, because I guess you could do it yourself, but you really shouldn't have to, so it's a bit of a bummer. Maybe it's just mine. I don't know. Good luck if you guys are getting this figure that your ring is painted. Okay, so let's talk accessories. He does have the pistol, which I have in his holster right here. He has the wound up grappling hook that pegs into his belt. He has the unwound grappling hook, which has real rope on it, so that's pretty cool. He has an AK-47, which is nicely detailed and looks pretty good. He has an alternate head, which has an angry face on it, which looks really nice. I love the paintwork on the face. Looks really, really good. And then he has a total of 4 hands, the 2 fist hands, and then 1 trigger finger hand, and then 1 gripping hand for the grappling hook. So pretty nice spread of accessories on top of a really well-detailed figure. So now all we have to do is decide, is the articulation any good? And I have to tell you, it is. NECA's really stepped up their game with articulation. You can compare this guy to like the Contra guys, which are older figures, and you'll see how nice this really is. The head is on a ball peg, and it moves around nicely. And it does swap out fairly easily. It's stiff, so you don't just knock it off, but when you pull it off, you'll see it's mostly just a straight peg, so you don't have to worry about breaking anything unless you really crank down on it at a funny angle. So the head moves really well. It rotates no problem. It can lean side to side a little bit, up and down, a decent amount, more than most figures. And it just looks really natural. It looks really realistic. I like it. I like the shading in the hair and the sculpt in the hair. Even the facial hair, sure, it could be better, but for a figure this size at this price point, that's pretty fantastic. Now, all of the shirt is actually an over layer of really soft rubber or soft plastic, and he's pretty skinny underneath, but that's fine. It allows for the articulation. You do have an ab crunch in there that works pretty well. And I'm not sure if it's a ball peg or an actual hinge. It feels like it moves like a hinge, but then you can do it from side to side too. So I'm guessing it's a ball peg, but as you can see, you get really good range out of it. The shirt bunches a little bit here and there, but you can kind of pose that away. And I like it. I really, really like that they gave you that range of motion with that overshirt. It looks so good. Then you have your waist twist, of course, also. So that's good. Now for the shoulders, We have our standard ball hinge, not quite perfectly horizontal, but pretty darn close. And then it'll rotate all the way around, no problem there. Bicep swivel is good. Single jointed elbow, but you get just shy of 90 degrees. And if you need it, you have more rotation. For the wrists, since they're interchangeable, you have a swivel. And of course, there's a hinge in there. Be careful with that hinge. The pegs aren't huge. You could possibly break them. Now, he's got the soft plastic here for the top part of his pants so that you can bring his legs pretty much all the way forward. No problem at all there. They do go back a little bit. They go all the way out to the side, so that's really good. It's a little odd that his inner crotch piece is flesh tone. It's a little disconcerting when you pose him with his legs spread all the way out to the side, but I would just recommend you don't do that and don't stare at his crotch. And you know, it could definitely be better, but it's not a deal breaker. And you do get a really nice thigh swivel out of those legs. For the knees, we have our double jointed knee, which works really well. I like that, full range. And then for the ankle, now this is a little bit of a bummer, and I hope they figure out some way to incorporate a little bit of a more effective ankle joint, because most of their figures just have this ball peg, and it is very limiting. You can see we don't have much range forward and back, and just the tiniest bit of an ankle rocker. So it does limit what you can do with the figure quite a bit. I don't think it's a deal breaker because the rest of the figure is just so darn good. I mean, it looks like I'm holding a video game character in my hand, which I am, and I'm very happy about that. So I recommend this 100%. I have no ties to Nathan Drake or Uncharted. Never even seen the game be played other than if I happened to cross it and then I didn't continue to watch it. And I'm very happy to own this figure despite having no connection to it at all. So I think you guys that do like Uncharted are going to be all over it. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have new videos up every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for all that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.